Tesla has begun internal testing of CarPlay integration, according to people familiar with the matter. It's been a standard feature in many automakers' vehicles for the years, but GM is trying to implement their own system to then sell you a subscription for. We'll see how that plays out. The move represents a dramatic shift for Tesla CEO Elon Musk, who long rejected consumer demands for CarPlay support. Tesla has relied exclusively on its proprietary infotainment system, which has built-in apps for messaging, web browsing. I think you can stream Spotify there, and Apple makes a bespoke Apple Music app for Tesla cars now. But if you wanted to connect your phone, you just had to use like a regular Bluetooth connection to stream the audio, just like my 2010 Toyota Prius. Tesla sales have weakened, with some prospective members specifically citing the absence of CarPlay as a deal breaker. A 2024 McKinsey study found that approximately 1/3 of car buyers consider the lack of CarPlay or Android Auto support to be a deciding factor against purchasing a vehicle. Not to mention the variety of politics that have sank U.S. sales globally in the past year, especially in Europe. So I guess Tesla thinks that they can sweeten the pot and maybe get more interest in buyers by saying their cars have CarPlay. Tesla intends to implement the standard version of CarPlay rather than the newer CarPlay Ultra. According to sources, Tesla plans to display CarPlay within a window inside its existing interface, rather than allowing it to completely replace the Tesla operating system as it does in many other vehicles. This implementation will support wireless connectivity, so you won't have to plug your iPhone in. It'll be full wireless CarPlay. That'll be nice. Tesla has discussed launching CarPlay in the coming months. The company hasn't finalized its plans, and as with many Tesla things, it could be delayed. They have a long history for. Notably, Tesla is not currently developing support for Android Auto. I can imagine, a lot of the maybe like slightly more affluent people who have Teslas probably have iPhones.
Yeah, but that seems a bit weird, doesn't it? If they're going to do one, why not do the other?
Yeah,
For
yeah.
Android users, it has the same for them. I mean, the whole point really, isn't it, is to have. You don't want to have double up your services. You don't want to be paying for another navigation system. You don't want to be paying for another messaging system. You want to have,
Mhm.
your messaging, your phone calls, everything, come in through to your car. Why have a separate system? And the same logic applies for Android, doesn't it, too, as well as iPhone?
Mhm. Yeah, I can understand why they're not doing CarPlay Ultra because, again, I imagine CarPlay Ultra takes a long time to implement, and because the entire Tesla vehicle is operated through the screen, they would need to do a lot of work to make CarPlay Ultra work because in the Model 3 and the Model Y, it's the one and only screen. So that's the screen that also has to have, not just your speedometer, not just your AC controls, but also like their special mapping system that has to map you through Tesla superchargers, the whole autopilot system. Like there are a lot of bespoke functions in the Tesla interface that I imagine CarPlay Ultra doesn't have support yet for. So I can see that at least.
And of course, they've all got those nice big 17-inch screens, so it would be probably pretty easy to put, a window inside of a window to have CarPlay to display it.
Yeah,
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 one of
and their interface also supports having like split screen, music on top, navigation on the bottom, or navigation on the left half that's closer to the driver with the speedometer. So you can very easily foresee like if you're familiar with the Model 3, oh, the left side with my speedometer, the autopilot interface and all that, and the maps will be over there, and the CarPlay will be on the right. That'll control the music.
Yeah, and of course, what people really want is a lower cost Tesla, isn't it? They want to have that $24,000 car that Elon Musk has been promising for about, what is it, a decade or more?
Well, I don't know if you're familiar, but they canceled that project and they
Oh,
replaced it with the Robo Taxi, which is not a very well designed taxi, if I say so myself. It's basically a tiny two-door car that's entirely dependent on being fully autonomous. So it's not supposed to have a steering wheel or pedals or anything. So that'll never ship. And also, like they unveiled this thing. Oh yeah, we're gonna have full autonomy by next year. So we're gonna come out with this robo taxi that people can buy, or you can just like rent one whenever you need it, or you can buy one and it'll make money for you by because it's fully autonomous. So while you're just at home or sleeping overnight or at work, your car will leave and be a taxi for other people and it'll make you money. So yeah, it'll technically be a $24,000 car because it's if you think about it, a $35,000 car that pulls in $100 a day, it'll be cheap, right? But they're already walking back the design. They're already like retrofitting the design to add a steering wheel back into it because, of course, their full autonomy isn't a thing that'll happen very soon.
Anytime soon, yeah, despite Elon Musk's $1 trillion pay
And
package.
also, this is off topic, but if you're designing a taxi, you don't want it to be a really low slung two-door car. You want it to be easy to get in and out of, like every SUV is. That's why SUVs are so popular.
Like the British black cabs in London, when like those
Yeah.
things were big, suicide doors, and you could,
Hmm.
an elephant could climb in through the door there to get into the back seat. It's all high up,
Exactly.
easy to see out, big windows. Oh, Elon, what has he done? How the mighty have fallen. Is that any of you guys interested in picking up a used Tesla? That must be pretty cheap now.
I absolutely am. I would absolutely buy one. I'm fascinated by those things, and if I could get one at a rock bottom price, I'd give it a go.
They must have. They must have. I mean, they were pretty good deals anyway. Are they even cheaper now? I wonder if they're
They're
cheaper
selling for
after that
very cheap now.
incentive has gone away. Yeah. Well, I was looking at Chevy Bolts. They're pretty inexpensive. Those can be had really quite cheaply, and those things will last forever. They're not very trendy
Hmm.
looking cars, and everyone's embarrassed to
No.
be seen in one. But
The original Nissan Leafs are, also very ugly EVs, but they're very easy to repair. Like I think a thing a lot of people do is you can like easily replace the batteries on those for very cheap. Yeah, I
yeah,
drive so little that I can't imagine myself buying a car ever for more than like $8,000. I've still never bought a car for more than $2,500. So I don't think a Tesla is in my
Wow.
future.
2,500. Well, you never know. You probably get a Leaf for that. I think those are really dirt cheap because no one wants them any longer. They only have like 80, 90 mile range, even on a good day. Um, so it's good for tooting around town, but nothing else. Yeah.